Hi guys, my name is Ivy and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Cave Talk Show, where it's all about learning to live, love and laugh. We share our life experiences, good or bad, while giving you tips and advice that will help you to live a better life. Now in today's episode, we are talking about mindsets. Right, as it's the start of January 2020, we're coming just to the end of January at the time of recording this video. There's a positive, crazy energy out there at the moment in terms of mindset, success, going from negative to positive in achieving goals. There's all sorts going on out there on social media and stuff right now, all regarding mindsets. There's also so many books out there, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking, all sorts of things out there at the moment. And I just want to talk about Mindset 2020. Stay tuned. So in today's video, we're looking at 7 key tips on how to be positive and have a positive mindset throughout 2020 and the rest of your life. Let's get into it. Right, we're going to start off with tip number 1 on this one, okay? And it's setting the tone for the day, okay? I've realized in the ending of 2019, towards the end of 2019, the power of affirmation, the power of positive thinking and speaking things into existence. How you start your day is so important, right? Because say for example, you woke up, as they like to say, on the wrong side of the bed, your alarm clock didn't go off, you're rushing around, and before you know it, the start of that day has already gone bad. So your mindset and the way your energy is at that point and throughout the day is already setting you up for a bad day. Okay, not to say that it will, but just for this scenario. That's why it's so important when you start your day about positive mindsets, affirmations, speaking things into existence. Now, for me, I have a 45-minute trip to work every single day. Okay, and in that 45 minutes, after getting myself cleaned, washed, and I leave the house, I spend 45 minutes listening to positivity. Now, that could be from Bible readings to positive videos on YouTube, anything that really just feeds my brain and my mind on positivity. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, to Bob Proctor, to so many speakers and well-known people. Feed myself in that 45 minutes, because by doing that, it's helping me prepare myself for the day. That no matter what I go through, no matter what I face, I choose to do things positively for a positive outcome. And I deal with them differently if I had a negative energy compared to a positive. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but hopefully it does. That's why beginning of your day is so important, to have a great start, because that great start is setting yourself up that no matter what you face. It's not to say everything will always be perfect in a day, because we're always going to go through challenges, but there's 2 different energies and there's 2 different outcomes, and the way you deal with it based on your energy will determine the outcome. So start your day off with a positive start, right? I don't know if you can see it just above here. I have what we call affirmations. Now, at the start of each of them, it says, I am. So when I start my day in the morning, I wake up, get cleaned, and I stand in front of my mirror or just in front of here, and I speak, I am grateful, I am humble, I am blessed, I am what God says I am child of a king, I am, whatever it is that you want to speak into your life. Start your day speaking positive into your life, and that will determine the rest of your day. It's proven fact that the start of the day in a positive way, there's nothing that can take you off balance. No matter what you face in that day, because of how you started and what you keep your mind fed on, you will deal with things positively, no matter what. Number 2. Now, this one sometimes can be difficult to do. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Focus your mind on the good, okay? Now, that can be tough sometimes, right? And I'm gonna share something with you, because sometimes when we find ourselves going through experiences, especially when they're negative experiences, say you've had a bad breakup or a bad relationship, or you've just been fired, or you've just got some bad news, it's hard to keep your mind positive those moments in time. Now, for example, I'll share with you a story. At the ending of last year, I found myself in a situation that everything was just coming at me at once. And I couldn't understand it because I was trying to be positive, live life and everything else. But I couldn't understand why every single day or month or so, something negative was coming at me. And it was so challenging to the point it broke me down. But you know what? I'm so grateful for that, because that taught me a valuable lesson in drawing myself closer to God and also having faith, because it was a test. And I'm telling you, it was a test. And that test just showed me how and why it was so important to draw myself closer to God and have faith and not focus on the negative, but draw closer to God and believe that no matter what these situations were doing or saying at that moment in time, I was going to overcome. Focusing on the good. Now, no matter how things look at that present time or during that time, you've got to focus your energy that you will overcome. It will get better, because nothing in this life lives forever, as in lasts forever. That situation you're going through, that experience, that breakup, that bad result, that loss of job, it's not going to last forever. So focus your mind on the positive. Focus your mind, because when you refocus your mind and your energy, that really does help you to give you the uplift, shall I say, to keep you going. And when you have that faith, it will keep you going no matter what you go through. Tip number 3, see the good in every situation. Now you might be thinking, but how can I see good in a situation? I've just lost my job. I've just had a breakup. I've just found out I've got this. I've just found out this, and whatever. But I don't know if you've ever realized this, right? I'll give you an example. Like for me, as I said, compared to the example I gave you just a few moments ago, ending of last year was a challenging year. I'm telling you, it was a challenging year. But when I take a step back now and I think about it, everything happens for a reason. Literally, everything happens for a reason. But in that moment, it's so difficult to actually see that and appreciate the lesson that you learn. That's why it's so important to see good in every situation. And you might be thinking, how do I do that? And it's simple. Take a step back, right? Take a step back from the negativity and just have that reflection time. Have that time to yourself to really be like, okay, what am I going to do now in this situation? I've just lost a job. What am I going to do? I've just broke up with my girlfriend. What am I going to do? When we take a step back, instead of acting there and then in that situation, sometimes we act out and deal with things not correctly. But when you take a step back and think in a positive way, you get a better outcome. Now for me, the situation in which I went through, I'm going to be real with you, okay? And I'm going to share this story. And end of last year, I had so many things coming at me, okay? And one of the things I had is that I had a legal case where I lent somebody a car of mine, which was just sat in my car park. Wasn't doing anything. Now, that individual I lent that car to, whatever they did, brought me back so much trouble. And in that moment, months later, when the courts and everything were coming at me about a situation which I didn't even know about, that hit me so hard, because I was like, there's a fine here, fine there, whatever, but it's not even my fault. And it drove me crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna go through the full story. But imagine receiving something that you don't even know about, okay? And all of a sudden you're having this legal action coming to you. I'm not gonna lie, first of all, my reaction was like, somebody's gonna die. But when I took a step back, right, and draw myself a little bit closer to God, I realized that, you know what, there's never been a month or a day that God ain't looked after me. Now I know that this incident here, this situation, is not my doing. So I prayed to God and I said, look, you need to help me take care of this. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you're in control. And literally, the way that situation turned around. Because it's so easy for us to just act out at that moment in time. But when we really take ourselves out of the situation and take a step back and rethink properly, you can see things in the good. You can deal with things in a better way. That's why it's so important. See the good in every situation, as hard as it may be. See the good in every situation. Deal with it in a positive way to get a positive outcome. And I'm telling you, dude, that situation was difficult because that went on for months. But thank God, we've overcome. It's been dealt with. And you know what? It's taught me a valuable lesson, which we'll get to at the end of this, which you'll find out. Tip number 4. Every failure is a lesson. Now, we're all not perfect. And when we set ourselves to do something, we're sometimes not going to get it right all the time. But the importance of learning why you didn't achieve, why you failed, helps your development of growth. For example, you didn't get the job you wanted. You lost a relationship. You've kept failing relationship after relationship after relationship. Whatever it is, it's important that you take a step back and actually think, why did this happen? Why didn't it go the way I wanted it to? Because every failure should be able to teach you a lesson for you to grow and develop so that next time you get a different outcome. But if you're going from one to one to one and not learning why, you will continue to fail. That is why it's important for you to take a step back, have a self-realization, whatever it is, self-development, and think, what can I do differently next time? Every failure is indeed a lesson, but it's a good lesson to teach you to do better next time. Tip number 5, speaking positive. Oh my goodness. People don't realize how important this is, right? As in this, your tongue, your mouth, your words. It's so important, right? Because I don't know if you've heard the saying, but what you speak, you become. What you think, you become. What you're influenced by, you become. These key things here, thoughts, speaking, action, it's your life. That's why you got to be so careful, because what you speak, the power of the tongue, has more power than we actually realize. That's why for me, every single day, these things up here, right, I speak them into existence because it's what I want to become. It's the lifestyle that I want. I want to be able to take care of my family. I want them to be financially free. I want to help people. I want to be able to pour out to the world and give back. But if I'm not speaking it and I'm putting toxic energy out there, how's that going to work? It doesn't make sense. That's why your choice of words, what you speak, is so important. Even when you're speaking to people, the words that you say, the things that you do, has also an effect on their life, because when they hear it, it goes into their control room and it's processed. That's why your tongue, your words, you've got to be so careful. Speak positive at all times, no matter what. Just remember, the power of the tongue is more powerful than we think. So speak positive all times. Tip number 6, be present. Now, a beautiful young lady taught me this lesson last year, right? And it's still something I'm working on, where she told me, be present. At first, when I thought about it, I was like, what do you mean be present? Like, I'm here. But have you ever realized sometimes when people are talking to us, in our minds, our control room, we're somewhere else, we're thinking about something else, we're daydreaming. But it's so important about the presence of that moment in that conversation. For example, you could be talking to a best friend that's talking to you about a dilemma or a problem, and you're thinking about food or whatever else. But in that moment of that person pouring out their heart, just think about it. You being present to feel what that person is trying to share with you. It will help you in terms of how you can help them. It's showing you care. It's showing you value that person. Be present in every situation. Like you could be at a seminar, but you're thinking about holiday and everything else. That seminar could be teaching you about mindset, for example. funny enough. But it could be giving you value and things that could actually help you in your life, but you're daydreaming about something else. Be present. Being present is so important in that moment, enjoying the experience, enjoying the conversation, enjoying the atmosphere. Be present, right? It's so important. Take your time wherever you are, whatever you do, whoever you're with, just be present and enjoy that moment. Tip number 7. This is the one I said, wait for it, because this one is all about positive friends and your circle. Okay. Now, as a young teenager, right, I'm what you would call a social butterfly because I was constantly out with different people. I was well known. Till this day, I still am, but I like to keep myself in a small circle now. Okay. And I've understood over the last 3 years, I should say, how important that is to let go of some people. Because this new lifestyle I want to live up here, it's all about wealth creation and giving back, right? But 2 years ago, I would not have been able to do that with the same sort of friends I had, because they were all about going partying, smoking, drinking, having sex and whatever else. And it's just not what I wanted to do. It wasn't the life that I wanted to live. They weren't going anywhere, no disrespect to anybody, but they didn't have any ambitions and goals that they wanted to do things with their life. They were just living day by day for whatever they want to do. And that, no disrespect, that's what you want to do. Perfect, it's up to you. But for me, I wanted a lot more for my life. I knew I was created for a lot more. So I had to start to let go of people. And I started to realize the power of doing that, because it allowed me to open myself up to a new mindset to get me to where I wanted to be, but also open the door for other people to come in, people that were going to lead me to where I wanted to be, to lead me to that successful businessman, having multiple streams of income, being an investor, giving back to people, whatever else. I would have never been able to do that with that old circle of people, because they were just holding me back. They were drawing me into the life that was not created for me. This is why it's so important. People need to take some time to take a step back, go through your circle, checklist. Are your people helping you to get to where you need to get to? And this is not saying, okay, people are supposed to just give. It's also about giving back. But I mean that in the sense that you're not just using people to get to where you want to get to, but it's about having those friends there, not only to support you, encourage you, push you, motivate you, be there for you emotionally, spiritually, whatever. That's my definition of friends. And I have seen so many people, famous people as well, will say the same thing. Your power, your circle, as I say this in Entourage, your network is your net worth. Simple as that. Your network is your net worth. And that's what Entourage is all about. Our network is basically your net worth, right? Get to know your circle, okay? Is your circle making you or putting you to where you want to be? Think about it. Now, those were only just 7 tips, okay? Just 7 tips. There's so much more I could share with you. But the whole point of this video, Mindset 2020, it's about changing the old into the new. And I've just shared with you a few stories of my life and just how it's changed, because the old me would never have got to where they've got to today. Like, I'm on YouTube, for goodness sake. Now that's a crazy achievement in itself, because I had this idea like years ago, but I was too afraid to doing it. And now we own like 4 different businesses. We're not quite where we want to be yet, but we're getting there, and it's getting better. And that's all down to changing my mindset and setting goals and being consistent. And if you haven't seen my last 2 videos, click on the link below and you'll be able to see about crushing your goals and being consistent this year. But the whole point is getting you to think and pushing yourself to stay positive, changing your mindset so that you can achieve those things that you want to achieve in life. And just thinking about, what do I need to change this year? What do I need to do differently? because there's such a high energy out there right now. So many people are talking about Think and Grow Rich, the power of positive thinking, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Bob Proctor. There's so much out there at this moment, and I can't wait because next month, February, I get the chance and opportunity to actually meet and see Bob Proctor live, like physically, not just on YouTube, but physically get to see him. And I can't wait because as one of the inspirational people that I look up to and I've been listening to a lot, it's just getting me to that next level of where I need to get to change my mind and my life to help other people. And if you don't know who Bob Proctor is, look him up, okay? But in all honesty, I hope this video has really helped you. I hope it keeps you motivated and gets you thinking about your mindset and how you can develop your mind to a greater human being, okay? Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your mindsets are. Let me know what have you put in place this year to get your mindset where you need to get to. What are your mindset tips and advice? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section below. If you haven't already become a member of the Cave family, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I release a new video. And you can follow me on social media, The Cave Talk Show on Instagram, The Cave Talk Show on Facebook, and The Cave Talk Show on Twitter. Okay, if you want to email me at any time, talk about anything, need advice, tips, whatever it may be, you can email me at thecavetalkshow@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, keep living, keep dreaming, keep achieving, stay real.